What's going on, Ashburn? How you feeling? It's so good to be here. Do me one favor. Whenever you hear me say, get up, I want you to say down. Okay? You too. Get up, I get. All together. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. We're all here for a reason on a particular path. You don't need a curriculum to know that you're a part of the math. Cats think I'm delirious, but I'm so serious. That's why I expose my soul to the globe, the world. I'm trying to make it better for these little boys and girls. I'm not just another individual. My spirit is a part of this. That's why I get spiritual. But I get my hymns from him, so it's not me, it's he that's lyrical. I'm not a miracle, I'm a heaven-sent instrument. My rhythmic regiment navigates melodic notes to your soul and your mental. That's why I'm instrumental. Vibrations is what I'm into. Yeah, I need my loot by rent day, but that ain't what gives me the heart of Kunta Kinte. I'm trying to give us free like Sinke. I can't stop. That's why I'm hot. Determination, dedication, motivation. I'm talking to you, my many inspirations, why I say I can't let you yourself down. If I were on the highest cliff, on the highest riff, and you slipped off the side and clutched onto your life in my grip, I would never, ever let you down. And when these words are found, let it be known that God's penmanship has been signed with a language called love. That's why my breath is felt by the deaf, and while my words are heard and confined to the ears of the blind, I too dream in color and in rhyme. So I guess I'm one of a kind in a full house, because whenever I open my heart, my soul, or my mouth, a touch of God rains out. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Get up, I get. Hey. So, it is such a delight to be here. I'm a poet from Chicago, just in case you didn't know. Chi-Town in the building. Chi-Town, make some noise. Oh, yes. Hey, we in here. All right. So, I was born to this fine young man here standing before me. That would be J.Ivy Richardson Sr. I was born to him and my mother, Pamela Richardson. My dad, he was a DJ on a popular black station in Chicago in the mid-'80s called WVON. And I would listen to him on the radio before I walked to school in the morning. And my mother, she was a registered nurse. She was actually, the show ER. So that was based on a hospital in Chicago. Back in the day, it was called Cook County. So my mother, she was actually a nurse at Cook County Hospital. So for me, over the years, I've discovered that part of my purpose is to use my voice to help heal people. So before coming to that realization, I was in high school, and my English teacher, Miss Paula Argue, she gave us, just this typical homework assignment, write a prose for homework. All right, got homework, So I wrote a little prose, didn't think nothing of it. I was good at writing notes to girls, but, I thought anybody could do that, So I wrote my prose, and the next day, to everyone's surprise, she made everyone read their piece. Like, okay, so I read my piece, didn't think anything of it. After the class, she pulls me to the side and she's like, you know what? You have a very nice speaking voice. I want to put you in a show. A show? Come on, a show? I was a football player. I ran track. I was an athlete. I was macho. At the same time, I was shy, so I wasn't getting on the stage talking to nobody. No, it wasn't happening. So I didn't do the show. So some time went by. She came, approached me again. She said, look, last time I asked you to do a show, I have another show. This time I'm not asking you. You have to do it. What? I'm not a punk, so what do I have to do? So she gives me this monologue to learn. And as nervous and terrified as I was to learn something and get on stage in front of a room full of people I hadn't met before, it was very nerve-wracking, but I did it. And my first time ever on stage, To my surprise, I received a standing ovation. And it was in that moment I just fell in love. I fell in love with being able to release. I fell in love with being able to use my voice to help touch people. I fell in love with this satisfaction I got from letting go of what I was feeling. And what I realized was at that moment while I was on stage in the center of the stage, from the outside looking in, I may have been the center of attention, but from the inside looking out, I had discovered the center of my universe. I discovered my purpose, my passion. And every time I use my poetry to push the pen and put words on the page, I realized that over time, with every poem that I wrote, I was able to turn my pain into my power. My poetry became my prescription, my medicine. So you see, I need to write. I need to sit my black, narrow behind down and write. Yeah, the hustle got me hustling, but I'm muscling myself out of time for me. Well, what about me, I ask? What about the stories that I need to tell? I need to write, because can't nobody do it for me. Can't nobody document my inspirations the way I can. Can't nobody compliment my aspirations the way I can. Only I can, only I can, only I can. So I need to write. I need to gather up some words and write. I need to gather up some thoughts and write. I need to write because I'm tired of hearing the same old pieces. I know y'all tired of hearing the same old pieces because the same old pieces got the same old problems, but I got new problems, more problems that change, problems that rearrange. This homeless cat asked me for some money but got mad at me because I ain't had no spare change. I need to write. Me and my girl been arguing. I need to write. My boy told me I need to take it to the next level, so I need to write. My pops died and it's hard dealing with it. I need to write. I know y'all can't wait for the book. I need to write. They done stole my hoopty. I need to write. My ex tried to get my boy. I need to write. The cops said I fit the description. I need to write. My little brother got mugged by some grown thug. I need to write. The weatherman acting awfully funny. I need to write. I need to write. I need to write. The cops said I fit the description. I need to write. Cops killing brothers. Cops killing sisters. Free Mamiya. I need to write. Oh, so I'm gay because I don't want to get with you. I need to write. They was taking good care of little cute boy. What about the shorties in the projects? I need to write. You saying I'm bogus because I didn't come to your event because I was tired? I need to write. I distinctly remember asking for 6 wings of mild sauce. Why is it I only have 4? I need to write. I think about writing in third person when the first is hurting. Life is a job and the verse is working. My soul's rehearsing for when the Lord pulls the curtain. Words are words, and maybe it's your actions is doing the cursing. I said, I think about writing in third person when the first is hurting. Life is a job and the verse is working. My soul's rehearsing for when the good Lord pulls the curtain. Words are words, so maybe it's your actions that's doing the cursing. I need to write. Just yesterday, and I mean just yesterday, it was illegal for me to write. Where my pen at? I need to write. Thank you, baby. We planned that. We rehearsed that. So thank you. You heard your cue. You was right on point. Thank you. She beautiful baby. See. So so that was the tool that I began to use. I began to use this, this poetry to lift myself up. It was something that was fun. It was something that it was just a joy to be able to just to be me and just to be able to express. So that joy began to take me all over the place. So I started, moving around this city to that city. And I ended up out in New York. I did a couple of shows. One show called Deaf Poetry used to come on HBO. Did that. And I was ended up being on a record with Kanye West and Jay-Z. And I met this singer named John Stevens, and I started calling him John Legend, and it stuck. And then so I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying life, but at the same time, I was very hurt. I was very, very hurt because my father, who was there when I was younger, some time had gone by, and I didn't see him for a while. And after not seeing her for like 10 years or so, my cousin, my big cousin, who I love dearly, her name is Julia. She called me up one day and she asked me what was going on. So I was like, oh, well, this and that. It wasn't a good time when she called, good time in life when she called. So just let her know what was going on. And I told her how I was feeling, in regards to my father. And she told me, she's like, well, look, she's like, the only way you're going to be able to get past that is by forgiving. She's like, you have to be able to forgive, to let go of that weight, and to move forward. So I started, I took heed to her words, and I started to come to grips with forgiving my father, who wasn't there to forgive at the moment. I went to this youth revival where I performed at, and I just got rushed with this energy. Some people call it the Holy Ghost, the Spirit, and this energy is just so moving. And I just began to pray, and I was like, God, please, I forgive my father. I just want to see him. I just want to tell him I miss him. I just want to tell him I love him. This was a Thursday. 2 weeks later, after 10 years or so that had gone by, my father called me out the blue on a Thursday. And of course, I lost it emotionally. I was just blown away. And that next Sunday, that following Sunday, I went to go see him, and we sat down and we watched the Bears game. Chi-Town in the building. But I know that I'm not alone with this. It's important that we learn how to forgive. For me, after forgiving him, I felt very fortunate I was able to see him and tell him, because a year later he passed away. And I would have been devastated if I didn't have that opportunity. So I'm not the only one who has dealt with this. There are approximately 7 billion people in the world, and the one thing that we all have in common is that we all have a father. But 1 out of 3 are living without their father. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So for me, like I said earlier, I was moved to New York, and I was having a great time, but I found myself in this space of pain when I was by myself. So I got to the point where I was done with it. I turned to my pen, my best friend, and I said, I'm done dealing with this pain. And one of the things I've learned over the years is, if you don't deal with your emotions, one day your emotions are going to deal with you. It's important that you come to grips with that. So I decided to write this poem, and I'm going to share this poem with you, and it may come off as a sad piece, but this is actually the happiest poem I've ever written in my life, because it made me a much better person and a much better man. And it's called Dear Father. I wish you could have seen me do my thing. I wish you could have been there the first time I sang. I wish you could have seen how your baby boy flow. I wish you could have seen me rock just one show. I wish you could have seen me do my thing. I wish you could have been there the first time I sang. I wish that you didn't have to go. I wish you could have seen me rock just one show. Dear Dad, these words are being written and spoken because my heart and soul feel broken. I laugh to keep from crying, but I still haven't healed after all of the years of my goofiness and joking. You got me open, hoping this ill feeling will pass, won't last. I wear a mask so my peace won't ask for the truth. Truthfully speaking, the truth hurts, but I'm beyond hurting. I'm in pain. Why does it hurt so much? I find myself fighting with myself every day to remain sane. My peeps think I changed, maybe tripping off my fame, but I'm still the same old James. I know it's a shame I don't come around as much, but I don't want them to see me acting strange. I don't want them to feel one drop my rain, but I can't seem to get these feelings to stop. I can't get these thoughts on my brain. Now when I really need to reach out for your dad and touch your hand, I can't believe you're out of range. I'm starving for your love, and I'm begging, please ease the crave. When I was little, I thought you left because I wouldn't behave. Later on in life, I found out that it was the cane as well as other things, and with all the scars, it was hard, but I learned to forgive and forgave. I forgave him missing my basketball games and the touchdowns I scored at the football games. I forgave him coming home high and drunk, wrestling with my mother going insane. I forgave him missing all of my track meets and not being able to greet all the pretty girls that I wanted you to meet. I forgave him missing my birthdays and graduations and not being there when I needed advice in certain situations. I forgave despite the fights, the tears for all the years lost, wondering if I was loved. Sometimes all I needed was a call and a hug. I mean, I understand that people break up and don't make up and some relationships don't last forever, but why weren't we together? Mom could have found a new man, but where was I going to find a new dad? Looking back, I wish I would have begged me and pleaded my case because I felt like I didn't matter, like I was deleted and erased. I would cry and still cry so much I get headaches. I try to get you on my mind, but I can't get you off of my face. I see you every time I see me, and I can't do nothing but ask God to bless me, expand my territory, place his hands on me, keep evil far away from me. I asked him to protect me like I wanted you to protect me from the bullies and the police. Now to protect my soul, I write poetry and release. And some say I'm a beast, but I'm just trying to find peace so I can pick up the piece of me that's falling apart. I shopped all over for love, and I ended up with a lot of good items in my cart that helped me pull out the dart and help me get out the dark, one being my art. But along the way, all of my decisions weren't so smart. Because my love was amputated, my life became complicated. My family, well, Dad, I don't know if you knew or not, but my sweet family became dysfunctional. I mean, I remember hiding under the dining room table when you and Ma would fight. I remember dishes, pots, and pans being put in flight. I remember the hole that you punched in the wall. I remember when Ma called from work and told us not to let you in, and you broke in, told Mama get y'all. I remember the alcohol and smoke and going to the bathroom every 5 minutes so I wouldn't choke. I remember when you called me out the blue and told me I had a brother that died that I never knew. I remember you snatched my training was off my little orange bike and make me ride when I was only 2. I remember when you pushed Ma, she broke her ankle. I remember sitting there thinking, how could you do this to such a beautiful angel? I remember my mom waking us up in the middle of the night saying, shh, Jimmy, be quiet. Put some clothes in a jewels bag. We going to grandma's, and if your father come up to your school, don't tell him where we'd be. I remember spending Christmas at grandma's playing with my Stretch Armstrong thinking, man, this ain't my house. I wonder how Santa Claus found me. I remember your stinky feet. I remember all that pepper that you put in those ghetto meals that you fix for us to eat. I remember listening to you on the radio, WVON, before we go to school. I remember the cars and planes that you're making. All the kids on the block thought that my dad was so cool. I remember when you ran down the corner and I was thinking, man, dad's fast. I remember how you would curl your mustache. I remember the past. I remember the good and the bad. I remember thinking this is love false. I remember moving to the birds. My boys a place my love that was lost. And it made me laugh and giggle. And my boy even taught me how to dribble so I could make the team. And I did. I thought that I would die without you, but Rome, Drake, Ike, Egg, and Todd made sure that I lived and was never sad. They even gave me their dads. Mr. Kemp, Mr. Whitaker, Mr. Cross, and Mr. Price became my dads, my cool daddies. But the little boy in me still wants his daddy badly. I feel like a scared little boy afraid to become a man, but I think I'm ready. I think it's time. I think it's time to shine and get mine. I think it's time to shine and get mine so I can let my soul climb and stand as a man of my own too. Just like you used to do before those demons started hunting you. Because all I want to do is to make you and my proud. And I wonder if you are. I wonder if you know. I wonder if you know that God gave me a gift. I wonder if you know about the spirits that I lift. I wonder if you know I touch people with my words. I wonder if you know I inspire actions with my verbs. I wonder if you know that your baby boy did a show that aired for me to see on HBO. And that hard New York crowd that didn't even know actually gave me a standing no. I know you're proud. I know you are. Because I'm going to be the best just like you want to be. Watch and see. And just in case you can't, I'm going to scream it so loud I shake the clouds and move them out the way of my sunshine. Because that's what you are, Dad. J.Ivy Richardson Sr., do you hear me? You are my sunshine. That's why I forgave you. Because my love for you is still the same. And they're going through a transformation, but it never really changed. So I swear on my mama and on my name, I'm going to stop this rain, conquer this pain, make sure that you did not die in vain. And when I get to heaven, when I get to heaven, I'm going to jump in your arms. We go kick back like when I was little and watch the Bears game. I wish you could have seen me do my thing. I wish you could have been there the first time I sang. I wish you could have seen how your baby boy flow. I wish you could have seen me rock just one show. I wish you could have seen me do my thing. I wish you could have been there the first time I sang. I wish that you didn't have to go. But when I look at that picture, I see the love that he has for his son. I know that he gets to see me rock every show.
Thank you so much, Ashburn. Appreciate y'all for having me. TEDx, love you.